Baseball scouts like to talk about the 5 tools of baseball: hitting for average, hitting for power, arm strength, fielding ability, and finally, speed. Most MLB players have some combination of a few of these tools. The rare player has all 5. I'm thinking Shohei, Acuna, Ricky, Willie Mays. But gosh, I love the stories of guys who somehow, some way, find a path to the highest level of baseball with really only one ability. And no, I'm not talking about Kyle Schwarber. Terrance Gore is one of these guys. Man, I just love this guy's story. In what may be one of the craziest stats ever, Terrance Gore has more World Series rings, 3, than career RBI, 1. Terrance Gore was not a great fielder. His arm was nothing special, and it turns out once he got beyond rookie ball, he couldn't really hit either. He has a career 0% barrel rate and a career average exit velo of 84 miles per hour off the bat. But what Terrance Gore could do was run. And somehow this dude managed to build an 8-year major league career with a total of 16 hits over 8 years. He has 16 hits, but 43 stolen bases. He has 5 stolen bases in the postseason with just 2 plate appearances. He didn't have much value to a club except for one particular situation as a pinch runner. And I've talked before about Herb Washington, the Michigan State track star signed by Charlie Finley in 1974 for the same purpose. It turns out Herb was fast, but he was absolutely terrible at running the bases. And Terrance Gore, he didn't have the speed of Herb, but he was far better at reading pitchers and getting a jump. And while there isn't a whole lot of value during the regular season for a guy who can only run, you can imagine there is real value to a guy who can steal a base when needed in the postseason. And in that small niche is where Terrance Gore carved out a career. 3 years after being drafted, Terrance was struggling in the Carolina League with the Wilmington Blue Rocks. He wasn't hitting. But in the 55 hits he did have, he had 36 stolen bases. As he continued to struggle, he started to reevaluate his options. He had a pregnant wife, and financial pressures had him considering another career. He just didn't see a path to the big leagues, and he wasn't developing as an all-around player. And he noticed his teammates were getting younger and younger. It felt like his window was closing. Terrance routinely talked to his agent about leaving the sport. And full of self-doubt, he had dinner one night with former Royals DH Mike Sweeney, who was working with the team as a special assistant. Sweeney urged Terrance to not give up. Give it another year. An opportunity might be coming soon, he said. And that opportunity came a few months later in early August when Terrance got the call to join the AAA Omaha Storm Chasers. The Royals wanted him to pinch run and steal bases against a higher level of competition. The plan was for Gore to come up to the big leagues and be a pinch runner for the team's postseason run. Gore said, quote, "I had zero idea. I stole bases down there, but I just did it because it was something I was good at." Less than a month later, Gore made his major league debut against Cleveland pinch running for the Royals. Ex-major leaguer Rusty Kuntz, then the Royals' first base coach, said, quote, "It was like he was shot out of a cannon every time he took off. I grew up with Vince Coleman, Ricky Henderson, Tim Raines, the guys in the Hall of Fame with that kind of speed. And this guy is right there." The Royals didn't win the World Series in 2014, but they did the next year in 2015. Terrance said, quote, "There was no turning back. Once you get a taste of it, it's almost like a shark. You get the taste of that blood and you're like, oh man, I want to keep going." And that was the turning point for Terrance. He accepted his role as a premier pinch runner and shifted his training strategy. He quit worrying about hitting and focused on flexibility, speed, and reading pitchers on the mound. Throughout the year, he'd continue studying pickoff moves and wind-up timing for pitchers, studying video of how each of them held runners on base, examining everything from their feet to their eyes. Then the Dodgers signed him for 2020. He never had a single plate appearance for LA, but he earned a second World Series ring. Then, anticipating possible uses for a base stealer in 2021 postseason, Alex Anthopoulos signed Terrance Gore to the Braves on a $100,000 minor league contract. He never made an appearance at all for the Braves the whole year. It seems that Alex almost really didn't even care what Terrance was doing at Gwinnett, anticipating him for the playoffs. And when the Braves faced the Brewers in the NLDS, Terrance Gore was on the roster. He won his third World Series ring that year. Terrance and his agent came up with a different strategy for 2022, deciding not to sign with a team until halfway through the season. This allowed him to kind of gauge which teams had a real shot at making the postseason and where he could maximize his impact. And let's be real, he didn't need to be playing a season in the minors. He just needed to keep running. And he kept to his training regimen, kind of working more like a track athlete than a baseball player. Anticipating a possible World Series, Gary Cohen and the Mets signed the 3-time world champion Terrance Gore for 2022. Unfortunately for Terrance, the Mets lost in the wild card series, and that would ultimately be the end of the line for Terrance Jamar Gore in baseball. So, what is Gore doing today? Honestly, I have no clue, no idea. He's not active on social media. I know he has 2 young kids, and I tried to dig a little bit, but he does a good job of staying off Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, so good for him. I like him even more for it. And baseball is just the greatest game, isn't it? You can be short, tall, fat, skinny, slow as molasses, or fast as lightning. If you're good, and I mean really good at just one thing, you can succeed. Turns out Kansas City has a prospect that some are comparing to Terrance Gore. His name is Tyler Tolbert from UAB. And as of today, he has 7 career at-bats. He has 1 hit, but he has 6 stolen bases. He has not yet been caught stealing. I look forward to seeing what happens with Tyler Tolbert. Thank you for your time. Take care.
4-pitch walk. And will we see Terrance Gore? Will we have a Terrance Gore appearance? Yes, we will.
Well, this is why you have a guy like Gore, and he made the roster because of this situation right here. And the value of Terrance Gore on your bench, especially the Royals, the last 2 World Series back-to-back, this guy's been a huge part of it. And believe me, the weapons that the Royals have are one of the reasons why they do wear the ring this year. They've got plenty of weapons and lots of ways to beat you.
Oh. And the throw gets away.
Triple.
And it goes into shallow right. Gore is going to head for third. And he's in there. And that throw almost got away from Plouffe.
Paul Molitor, he looks calm and cool on the outside, but on the inside he's saying, really?
Bounces away. Here comes Gore. Play at the plate. Royals win it. And Trevor May reacts appropriately. He gave the Royals that run with a walk, an error, and a wild pitch. 1 run on no hits.
That's why you stay away from that breaking ball in the dirt.
Well, that's what you do, Terrance. Running the bases. Describe that final play for us.
It was amazing. I saw the ball go away, so I went with my gut instincts and just went for it.
I mean, that doesn't happen a lot. A ball in the dirt that doesn't even get by him. Take us through your mindset and exactly what you're seeing as you're watching that.
I'm just looking for the ball.
I guess he's not that fast. Great job.
Thank you.
Terrance Gore won the Royals a game with his legs in big fashion, Ryan.
He sure did. And sometimes the threat of a steal is just as dangerous as an actual steal. And Terrance Gore took Trevor May out of his game a couple of times. And in the end, the Royals walk off and they sweep.
Gore to score. And how about that nice little bat?
Bring it back. Bring it back. Charles. Good job.